Special thanks to Omaze for sponsoring this video. Today we're getting into the latest Tesla news, including exciting news from Giga Texas, Plaid Model S sightings, full self-driving updates, and a ridiculous number of new photos and videos of the Tesla Cybertruck, finally, so let's get into it. First up, just a couple brief updates about the new refreshed Tesla Model S announced back in January. As we've talked about, this car has been delayed quite a bit without any word from Tesla. At the same time, there have been new sightings of the Model S out testing with official Tesla plates like this one from @MrGrayEV. Not much new to see here, but something I have been corrected on and noticed in the latest high-quality photos of the refreshed Model S is that the black trim around the car is actually gloss. The Model Y launched in March of 2020 with matte black trim, and the Model 3 followed with the same trim late last year. Most assumed that the same trim would make its way to the Model S and X, but it looks like it's actually gloss. I still prefer this to the chrome myself, but it looks like quite a fingerprint magnet, and I wonder how many customers will actually do like a chrome delete wrap or a gloss delete on these cars once they launch. Which would you prefer between matte and gloss black? Leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts. Next, these photos were posted by the Kilowatts, and we can see a new, beautifully clean Model S prototype, which features a different design for the camera heaters to defrost this front area when needed. This is important because if these are blocked, Autopilot cannot function, and this new design is quite a bit different than the previous camera heaters, which were pretty standard defrosters. When zooming out this photo, we can see that the screen is tilted to the left, and we can even see the mechanism that makes that possible. Many people still don't realize that this screen tilts left or right if you need it, but it has been on Tesla's website since it was announced, and here we can see the mechanism itself in action. Shout out to the yoke steering wheel on the right there, which should be the wheel included with every Model S, and Tesla has yet to say any different. Next, it appears that there have been further delays due to failed inspections of the Model S and X assembly lines. These failed inspections can be seen on the official page for the city of Fremont, and 4 failed inspections have happened so far that all required corrections. The latest here are recorded on April 14th. Definitely not a great sign for the refreshed Model S timeline. However, these issues could be solved quickly. My guess is that we still won't see the new Model S in April, but we'll hopefully see it in May or June at the latest. They definitely don't want to go more than 6 months without this vehicle launching, especially since it was supposed to launch in late February. The website currently says 10 to 14 weeks for new order timelines. Now let's get into the Cybertruck and all of these great new photos. When the Cybertruck was first unveiled, it was done at night, so test drives were given and many YouTubers got the opportunity to film inside the truck, but the videos were all very dark. Additionally, they unveiled the truck, had their official photos online, this B-roll footage that you've probably seen a billion times, and not much else. Then Elon went on Jay Leno to show off the Cybertruck and explain that it needed to be 3% smaller. After that, he said in a tweet that it wouldn't be 3% smaller, and then finally, most recently, he said on Joe Rogan's podcast that it actually would be smaller. Pretty unclear what the conclusion there is, but we know the Cybertruck will change at least a little from prototype to production. The latest detail we heard from Elon was that the Cybertruck would not have door handles, leading many to think that the doors would automatically open at the press of a button or something similar to the Model X. My only concern with that is how it affects the price point of the Cybertruck, which is still mysteriously low. In any case, it seems that the Cybertruck will change its design somewhat, and Tesla just recently unveiled their official high-quality photos of the Cybertruck. Some of them are just better versions of what we've seen already, but this one gives a nice look into what the understorage compartment will look like in the truck bed. The more exciting photos are of the interior, with this photo showing the gigantic glass roof, light bar on the inside, and very spacious rear interior. This photo shows a cool, very cyberpunk etching design that the seats will have, along with a better view of the back of the front seats. In this front view, we can see the cup holders, front seat etching, and look at that, a yoke steering wheel. This was in the original prototype, but now that it is coming to the Model S, people are noticing that the Cybertruck doesn't have stalks, just like the refreshed Model S and X. Smart Shift will be the way, and there are many more great interior photos that were just taken in person at Tesla's Giga Texas factory. Tesla is moving very quickly on the factory that will build the Cybertruck, and yesterday they had a large employee event where Elon came by, spoke, drove the Cybertruck around along with his Plaid Model S, and we got tons of new photos that show us things we haven't seen before. First up, Tesla posted some official photos showing off the light bar on the Cybertruck, as well as just how gigantic this thing is. Notice there are still handles on there, and this is probably still the same single Cybertruck prototype brought in to hype up employees. Likely the production version will be a bit different, but seeing the truck there along with Elon definitely makes this Giga Texas situation feel a lot more real for everyone, and I'm sure for employees there as well. The next photo from Tesla shows some dirt on the Cybertruck, which is the first time we've seen this. It looks great for off-roading, and Tesla's official video shows us another new angle of the Cybertruck driving. I still can't believe that this will be a real vehicle, and that these will be driven down city streets sometime next year at the latest. These were posted by @MrBrownSince82. We can see the exterior with open doors and very dirty tires, along with a partial view of the suspension for the Cybertruck prototype, which Elon has said will be reworked to kick butt in Baja. Another photo of the front again shows this stark design, and this photo of the rear shows the wheel wells, a close-up on the stainless steel, and just how tall this truck is. Shout out to Elon over there in the corner. Another shot of Elon brings us to the large truck bed. It's just great to see this not in a mocked up photo or not the official Tesla photo. And those notches right there should open up for understorage as we saw in that new official Tesla photo. Going inside, we can see the modern interior for the Cybertruck, just the same as we've seen it before, but from this angle we can see the very thick 17-inch screen, which is much thicker than the Model 3 and Y screens are. There's also the very stark yoke steering wheel with no stalks, as we were talking about earlier. One thing to note is that it appears that the dash is just white and not marble like it was at the announcement event. Many people didn't like this marble design, and now, based on every photo I've seen from this event, it appears that it is just solid white. Lastly, here's the glass roof. A couple more videos from workers show the Cybertruck driving around, backing up, and overall just dominating the scene. I believe this may even be Elon driving the truck, which definitely seems like a fun thing to see if you're a brand new employee at Tesla over at Giga Texas. Some more photos posted on Reddit show the Cybertruck with people around and a great close-up on the front bumper. Additionally, here's another view of the interior with the yoke steering wheel, cup holders, folded down middle front seat, large screen, and a white dash with no marble surface, as we mentioned before. I love that even the door armrests have a cyberpunk style to them. This photo is pretty low quality, but shows the crazy angular door design, as well as the handles, which might not actually be there when it launches. Overall, it seems that people were having a blast along with Elon himself, and it was exciting for new hires at Giga Texas to see their CEO, along with the Cybertruck they will build, and the Plaid Model S that Elon is driving around. After the event, Elon tweeted, quote, "Austin rocks," with 4 electric guitar emojis, so you know he was feeling good and is excited to see the factory built and Cybertruck get underway. Speaking of the Cybertruck timeline, there have been rumors recently that the Cybertruck pilot production line would soon start in Fremont. The team would be trained there, and in June of this year, they would move to Giga Texas for the start of production. This is a pretty ambitious timeline, even if that is referring to trial production, and Elon gave some cryptic updates about that in response to these new photos. First, he said the obvious, quote, "I was just there, driving Cybertruck around the site where it will be built." When asked if they are still on track for deliveries later this year, he said, quote, "Limited production of Model Y this year, high volume next year. Same for Berlin." We've known that Tesla plans to start Model Y production out of Texas before the Cybertruck. However, most have been hoping that this would not be the case, since a lot of people want their Cybertrucks. In any case, it seems like Elon purposely said they're producing the Model Y this year at Giga Texas and didn't mention the Cybertruck, which will likely come later. Now, one aspect of the Cybertruck that many aren't fully prepared for is the speed. After all, it's a Tesla, so the acceleration is going to be great, and this week a new comparison video demonstrated the differences between each Cybertruck variant. Tesla is planning to sell a rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, and tri-motor Plaid version of the Cybertruck, and here's how they stack up. These results are pretty obvious, but the Plaid isn't just a little faster than dual motor, it's a lot faster. Now, regarding Giga Texas and what Elon said in his tweet about Model Y production this year, drone photos have shown that a second Giga press is being installed at Giga Texas at the moment. The press machine arrived, adding to the first, and is a large part of how the Model Y will be made at Giga Texas. It's a great sign for production in general, and makes the possibility of Model Y production this year seem even more possible. I personally wish it was the Cybertruck Giga that Idra recently announced it received orders for, but we can't win them all, and for now, the Model Y is very important for Tesla. Real quick, I'd like to talk about today's sponsor, Omaze. We've partnered with Omaze to offer you the chance to win a Tesla Model S Apex, customized by Unplugged Performance, plus $20,000. Taxes and shipping are included, and every donation benefits a great cause. What's specifically great about this Model S is the Unplugged Performance S Apex carbon fiber widebody kit, the updated leather interior, blacked out trim, awesome performance wheels, and particularly the matte gray exterior wrap. Not to mention the awesome Model S features like Autopilot, HEPA filtration, the glass roof, and a 2.3 second 0 to 60, which is currently the fastest production sedan in the world. I'm honestly a little jealous of whoever wins. Head to omaze.com/RyanShaw to enter for your chance to win this customized Tesla Model S Apex plus $20,000. Don't forget to use the promo code RYAN50 for an additional 50 entries as well, and the best part is that every donation supports the work of Give Power and 501c3. Again, that's omaze.com/RyanShaw to enter, and promo code RYAN50 for an extra 50 entries. Check it out and good luck. Next, we're getting into the latest full self-driving updates from Elon Musk. Tesla's full self-driving beta has been out for a while now, and the idea of the beta coming to customers has been promised or teased by Elon with no follow-through as of yet. Most recently, Elon tweeted quite a bit about full self-driving progress. First, he said, quote, "Tesla AI/Autopilot engineering is awesome, making excellent progress solving real-world AI." When asked about the full self-driving beta button, he said, quote, "Major improvements are being made to the vision stack every week. Beta button hopefully next month. This is a march of nines, trying to get probability of no injury above 99.999999% of miles for city driving. Production Autopilot is already above that for highway driving." So right there he is saying that he hopes that the full self-driving beta will be available to any customer who wants it in May. He followed that up to say that the full self-driving subscription will have the same timing. This makes a lot of sense because I don't see many people wanting to subscribe to only the current full self-driving features. The latest update from Elon was to say button timing of May is aspirational. Depends on how well limited beta of version 9 goes, but I would be surprised if wide beta, aka button, is later than June. Full self-driving subscription next month is a sure thing. Saying sure thing is the closest we've had to a confirmation from Elon, so I'm definitely excited about the subscription. I personally think Elon has been surprised a number of times by full self-driving delays, however, and he originally talked about the beta button coming in 10 days, and now it's May or June. So I'm not getting my hopes up, but it does seem close. He's talking about it enough at this point that if it doesn't come this year in some form, it will be a pretty big deal. Two more tweets from Elon talked about new features for the future, and one that falls right in line with the automated direction Tesla is going all across their vehicles. When responding to a tweet talking about navigating to a location with full self-driving, Elon said, quote, "If you don't say anything and engage Autopilot, it will soon guess based on time of day, taking you home or to work or to what's on your calendar. Eventually, Tesla wants the car to shift for you, know where to go automatically, drive you there, park for you, and take all of the work out of your hands. The real long-term question is how well all of these automated features end up working." One last tweet from Elon was a response to someone asking if we can have waypoints, to which he said, "Nope, haha." It seems like this is a joke since people ask about waypoints in literally every thread that Elon is a part of, and Tesla is working on waypoints. It's a feature that is lacking in Teslas, especially if you are planning a longer trip with multiple stops and want to schedule charging around them. Currently, you can only put one destination in, so deciding on places to stop along the way and correlating them with charging is more manual than it should be. So hopefully this was just a joke, and we'll see this feature come in whenever version 11 comes to be. Now, we were just talking about Tesla's full self-driving package and the beta hopefully coming to customers in the next few months. However, all Teslas include basic Autopilot, which does incredible lane keeping and adaptive cruise control. Just this week, Ford announced their new hands-free driving system called BlueCruise, and they themselves described it as similar to Tesla Autopilot. Quote, "BlueCruise is an SAE Level 2 driver assistant technology, similar to Tesla Autopilot, but with the advantage of offering a true hands-free driving experience while in hands-free mode that does not require a driver's hands to stay in contact with the steering wheel unless prompted by vehicle alerts." What's important to note is that this system is much more like GM's Super Cruise because it can actually only drive on pre-qualified sections of divided highways called hands-free blue zones. It uses the driver-facing camera to monitor attention instead of requiring turning force like Tesla does. It's coming later this year to the Mustang Mach-E and Ford F-150 through an over-the-air software update, which will be an impressive new feature push for Ford, much like Tesla does with their updates. For the time being, it seems much more limited than Tesla's Autopilot system, but we'll see what it's like when it comes to be. Ford's CEO couldn't help but take a jab at Tesla when posting about it, saying, quote, "We tested it in the real world so our customers don't have to." There are so many layers to why that tweet is ridiculous that it's not even worth getting into. Now lastly, Mercedes has officially announced their all-electric EQC luxury vehicle. It's their first all-electric sedan and will compete with expensive vehicles like the Model S and Porsche Taycan. Coming in 2022, it's expected to cost at least $100,000, but comes with a lot of horsepower and over 400 miles of range, which is great for a first EV from a company like Mercedes. It's always great to see a compelling EV coming from legacy automakers, and even though this will be very pricey, I'm excited to see it come to be. That's all the latest Tesla news for today, and I'm really excited we got some new photos of the Cybertruck to finally get us a little more excited about what's to come. Again, don't forget to head to omaze.com/Ryan Shaw to enter for your chance to win that customized Tesla Model S Apex plus $20,000, and use the promo code Ryan50 for an additional 50 entries. In the meantime, for a breakdown of everything coming from Tesla in 2021, you can check out that video linked up here or in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.